Just trying again on this one. I don't know if you can hear me at all. I've just tried swapping the mics, previous mic or mic selection. It was a bit rubbish. A few more people joining. That's nice to see. Thank you. How does the audio sound? Can anyone hear me all right? Because I was having a few problems on the last stream. Oh, that's better. Cheers, Alan. Appreciate that. When you're setting up the live stream, it gives you a list of mics, and it doesn't actually tell you which mic is which. So this is the one that I use for the videos. So it's my main mic, and then I've got one on the laptop, one on the camera. I say, which one do I use? How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. It's a bit weird being told I'm not allowed to play out, as Boris Johnson's grounded us all. But still get out and do a bit of pest control, which is nice. Which is very nice. Managed to get out and test those Hades as well the other day. I don't know if you saw that video. I can't remember if I'd got a few comments in there. Still got a few to reply to, but they're pretty impressive actually. Pretty impressed them pallets. Alan, do you shoot? Do you get out much and shoot? I haven't been to the range, to be honest, or at range, sorry. I've tested them out to 14 yards, and that was just when I did that video, when I was comparing the Hades and the heavies. And the reason I haven't gone further than the 14 is it was really, really windy that day. It was absolutely blowing a gale. And what I didn't want to do was mess up the test that I wanted by taking them further out and having to make sure I hold off for the wind. So I kept the shots close, sort of 14 yards or so. And because I want to test the impact of the Hades rather than the accuracy further out. But I'm going to do some more tests on them soon. It's proper blown gale outside today, so I don't think I'll get out today. Got a few bits and pieces to do around the house, get that sorted, and then try and get out. But I'm hoping they're all right at range, to be honest. So you're high, okay, so you're high risk you can't get out. Oh, God. I'm just hoping this blows over soon, man. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. Never known anything like it in my lifetime, or, you know, even my mum's taught my mum and dad, and they've said they've never known anything like this. Absolute madness. Chewing broken glass as well, I bet. It's horrible, isn't it? It's absolutely horrible. But, you know, I know why we're doing it. We're doing it for, you know, for everybody, aren't we, at the end of the day? Yeah. It was nice when I contacted the local police force and I said, look, I want to go out, I need to go do some shooting, I do pest control. Would that be okay to do that? Explain what I was doing and the farms I was going to, and they said that's fine. So I was quite lucky that it was deemed okay by the local force and I could get out, which is quite nice. Hi, Andy. How what? Where's his bum? He loves it. My missus do that. It's awesome, isn't it? The orders are, as far as I know, a lot of shops are still sending stuff out. I ordered some Hades, some Chase Rams bottom, and they shipped them the same day. So once they place the order, or once you place the order with them, they give you the confirmation email that you placed the order. Then you get shipment confirmation. It actually took 5 days for them to arrive because we're stuck at Preston's depot, the Royal Mail depot. So the Royal Mail actually let the side down, but Rams bottom were absolutely brilliant, and they were still shipping out all the orders. Some are doing the right thing. Yeah, I agree with that, Alan, mine, because I've got friends and family up north who are seeing people just going out and doing what they want, groups meeting up, and just not following the rules. But ultimately, that's going to mean that everyone's going to, or could mean that they have to lock down again if our number goes up. But such a shame, man. It really is. It really is. Andy, do you not like the flower as well? I would like to claim credit for all that artwork, but I can't. I'm not artistic. Are you sorry, bear me a second. I'm just trying to I'm still messing with the audio a little bit on this. Oh, you're in Cyprus. Okay, cool. So what's the situation there? Can you get out? Are you allowed out, or are you in lockdown? 'Cause I know each European country's got its own set of rules, haven't they? Depending on what they wanted. I think Spain have had a lot of their lockdown rules released or relaxed, shall I say? What's it like in Cyprus? Can you still get out? And saying that, we can get out, but it's only to meet. What's the rule? It's one member of one household can meet one other member of another household. Seems a bit mad, to be honest, compared to when you could just go and meet families and do what you wanted. Thirsty. His son's on his YouTube as well. And him in the other room, he's on a live stream as well. Chatting away to himself. Or to his viewers, anyway. Maybe it's a poisonous one, I don't know. I was in a meeting at work and someone had commented on the elephant in the background. So I was thinking, maybe I need to pull the green screen around a bit more and see if I can put something up on the green screen. Hide it a bit. Andy, do you go out and shoot? Have you been out? I can't believe the weather today. It was beautiful 2 days ago. So hot. Yesterday it cooled down a bit and it's just blown a gale now. Doors are slamming downstairs and everything. Where is they? Sorry, I'm just trying to find So all your shooting clubs are open. So I think we're allowed to do outside shooting clubs in the UK, but the indoor ones are still shut. So on Target, who are just up the road, about half an hour away from where I am, they are closed still because they've got an indoor range. So I'd imagine that's much higher risk. And I think they plan on opening the beginning of July. I think they said the beginning of July. Maybe it's across the country then, Alan. Absolutely tipping it. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Typical British weather. We'll complain when it's too hot, and then we'll complain when it's too cold, and then whinge even more when it's raining. The only thing about the winter, though, I like about the winter is there's a lot more rats and vermin about, so you can get out and do a lot more shooting. In the summer, not so much. I do sort squirrels. Never really done much on rabbits, but I'm tempted to. I'm tempted to get a bit more in there over the summer months. As the evenings get a bit cooler, get out there and see what we can do. Couple of squirrel. Well, I've got a couple of squirrel feeders made up. I've got one up already, which I've got a video coming out in 2 weeks, and I take 5 squirrels in that video. Absolutely fantastic shoot that was. One morning, 5 squirrels, but as the rats are starting to taper off, I find like the squirrels are starting to pick up a bit. For me, anyway, from the permissions I've got. A couple of the farms I've got, seems the rats have just disappeared off into the fields around after all the fresh fruit and veg. 10 people in close spaces. So we are supposed to be 2 meters apart for social distancing. So I don't know how that would work for you in relation to how big the area is. His son's trying to live stream, but he's got a picture on his wall behind him. He's got an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
Alfa Romeo picture.
And I keep getting copyright.
He's getting copyright striked off YouTube for having that up on the video.
I'm opening my door, but on the other side, there's Fortnite on the other side.
Oh, so you're getting hit for that as well?
Yeah.
He's getting copyright strikes for his live feeds.
Can you put my quilt over it? So
I will after this. I'll not be long. Just have a little banter, a little waffle. Look at this. These people are allowed out. Look. I'm going to try and pronounce your name here. Chrysanthemos, is it?
Is this in America?
Yeah. No, it's in Cyprus, sorry. So they're allowed out more than we are. Oh, so Sam, you go to that indoor range. So yeah, it's the same sort of thing that I've got. I think the same sort of problem. So because it's an indoor range and it's air conditioned, I think they have to keep closed. And part of the building as well is a kind of half shop and half indoor range. So I think they're allowed to open the shop. I think, but they need to open the range as well to do that. So, unfortunately, at the minute, I'm having to test outside. I like indoor shooting because I like the still, and you can get really good accuracy, and but obviously you're not always going to be shooting indoor and in calm weather. But just for testing, so while I'm doing the new pellet testing, it'd be nice to be able to do them indoor on the range and just really give them a good test before we take them out into the field. You made a shooting range in your backyard and your wife got involved. Now you need to buy pellets wholesale or shoot less. Is she taking over all the shooting, is she? That's the way that reads. Sounds like she's built the range with you and loves it. And now you have to start buying a ton of pellets. Organised rifle hunter visitors, not that I know of, because over here there's no public land that you can shoot on. You can only shoot on private land, so you need to make sure you get permission first. It is a lot harder. Sorry, it is a lot harder to get a permission, but you need to make sure that obviously you've got it and you've got insurance as well. So who's the better shooter than Uncle BS? Hi Nat, how are you? How was the shoot and the permission then? Did you get much? It was a nice day on Wednesday as well. It was really nice. Red hot here. Oh, that's good to hear, Andy. Sorry, I just saw your comment roll past there. So when I'm doing the videos, I'm trying to sort of explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing them, because it makes, I'm trying to not necessarily bring you along on the shoot, but kind of drawing you in on the shoot, as it were. rather than just do shot after shot after shot. I know some people say talk less and shoot more, but that's not what the channel's about. If I just want a bloodbath video, I just do shot after shot after shot all the time, and just do 10-15 minutes of just, you know, endless shooting. But I try to keep the videos a little bit shorter, do more of them, and just have a bit of banter in between.
The only thing this man's happy about is he can shoot during lockdown, which the thing's happy.
Yeah, it is. One squirrel. That's not bad, because what I'm finding at the minute is, have you got a squirrel feeder, Natalie? Because when I've got, oh, you don't have a feeder set up, so you just have to wait. Ah, okay. So yeah, I'm probably cheating a little bit, because I've got the squirrel feeder set up, and I'll go up every couple of days. I'm going to go up there again today, and I swap the memory card over in the trail cam, or at least very quickly review the footage on the trail cam. I was up last Saturday morning. I was doing some shooting then, and I shot the 5 in a row. But I went up a couple of days later to check the camera, and there was nothing at all there. Magpies have found it, and so they're taking it. But I think the squirrel feeders make a huge difference.
I don't mind waiting. Well,
is that about?
a lot of people are saying
shooting
loads.
illegally. Robert, what do you mean you shoot illegally? Of course you're not. Of course you're not. You're well within your boundaries. Shoot in your garden, within your boundaries. As long as the fella doesn't leave, you're fine. I was going to do some shooting today, but the neighbours were in, and I didn't want to risk them doing the garden. I thought if they complain, because I've got a young one in the garden, so I didn't. I've left it. I'll wait until they're out, and I'll do some more pellet testing. So are you out in camo, Natalie? Do you wear proper camo to blend in with the trees, or are you just kind of stalking around? I was watching one of Andy's videos of Andy's range, and his girlfriend Chloe was out, and they were both shooting, and she was out in a bright red, huge red dress, and she still got some shots down. So I think she was trying to prove a point that you don't need to be in camo to shoot.
Dad, it's 3 things is copyright, must it?
Stop your feed then.
No, like, because I'm drinking Coke, my stickers, and another sticker.
Oh, Uncle PS, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate that. Nice to chat to you. Have a safe day at work. I'm off today for a week. Done a few bits and pieces around the house.
He's going to be
tidied up.
He
Got to do some
promised he'll
gardening.
do all week sorting out my videos, and he promised, so we're going to do it.
Got to do some videos for him as well. Yeah, that is. What does that mean, Robert? Sorry. Not a farmer. What is? Have you got a permission, Robert? Do you go out and shoot on land, or do you just plink in the back garden? Andy, I'm a software engineer, so I'll just stop there, because it gets really boring and geeky if I start talking about what I do and how I do it. So yeah, that's why I quite enjoy doing the videos as well, because I can join what I do with shooting. I can combine it with the IT side of things, and it kind of mixes in together, which is quite nice. But generally, if someone asks what you do and you start explaining it, they're kind of like, so little ears here. So yeah, that's what I do. What about you? Thanks, David. Oh, hi, mate. Nice to see you. See you on commenting on the videos. That's really nice. I enjoy getting the comments on the videos. It's nice to get the feedback. I've got a few more planned, David. So I've got quite a few spread out across the year. So some of the ones I've already shot are going to be coming out every 3 weeks through the year, all going to plan. So in the future videos, when I'm talking about using GSBs and impacts and heavies and stuff, the way things are going, I'm probably going to end up switching to Hades. But I'll not be using the Hades. You'll not see me using the Hades in the videos until much further down. I've got a few months ahead. I've got quite a few videos kind of queued up to go out. So that would let me talk. So, but yeah, I've got quite a few banged up, so that should be quite cool. So thanks for watching them. I really appreciate that. And it's nice to get the feedback, seeing regular feedback and regular commenters. I look clever, Andy. Shut up, man. I look like a geek probably. Although not with this lockdown hair. I was growing down here, and I got had enough, so I got it all shaved off.
You was going to leave
I was getting
it
mental. I was going to leave it as long.
Yeah.
I was going to leave it really long, see how long I could grow up before I went back to
Mine's
work,
down
but it was
here.
getting too hot. He was horrendous. A proper little hippie kid. Hi, Mush, how are you?
Mush.
Don't go mad, Natalie. You need to, if you can, get out, even if it's just for a wander. Try and get some fresh air, stretch your legs. What was nice with the scrolling was I was just sitting there under a tree canopy, and it was just nothing but birds singing, bit of wind blowing, the trees moving. It sort of just chills you out and gives you a bit of a break. It's really nice, actually. 2 permissions and 2 church permissions, Robert. Ah, do they? Roberts do real damage to headstones. Of course, loosens them off. Do you know what? That's something I would never have thought about, to be honest. I know in the past they've had problems with rabbits in and around the church, just digging up the ground and making a mess. But I would never have thought about the problem with the tombstones, to be honest. Yeah, definitely get some Hades, Natalie. Definitely. I was chatting to our Pontypool Pest Control quite a bit the last couple of days, and he's been he saw the video on the Hades. He's been testing out an ATNX site, and I think he's going to do another video or review video on them as well. But I was saying to him just how impressed I am with them. And that video that I did where I was testing the impact, where they were hitting the apple and hitting the wood, they were really smashed. They were really hitting hard. You could hear them. Sorry, I shift out of it. You could hear them on the camera. Didn't really do it justice, but you could really hear them, the impact they made, and they're doing a lot more damage than the heavies. I think I'm going to switch across to them. How's the homeschool going? Yeah, how's homeschooling going, eh?
Mum said I could have the Fridays off. She did.
Nightmare. You know, when the teachers say, "Oh, they're a pleasure to have in the class," you know they're lying now. Say they're an absolute pain trying to get them to do it. But I'm not a teacher, so I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to be honest, it's my wife who's...
You're too busy not doing work, doing your videos. That's what you're busy doing.
So my wife's doing most of the work, to be fair, getting them up and moving on it and stuff. But nightmare. How about you? Are you on to do homeschooling as well, Henry? Do you know anybody who deals with Allbrook? Concept of 6. I can't find anyone. I don't, unfortunately. I don't know much about Brocock rifles. Were something I was looking at originally, but I ended up going down the air arms route. So I don't, unfortunately. I'm sorry. It might be worth a Google though. See if someone can help you on there. I've got 1 rifle and I've got 2 handguns. So the handgun's a 177. I've got a BB gun, but the main one is the rifle, which is the ARAMS S510, the Ultimate Sporter. So that's chambered in 177. I use that for everything. So a lot of the shooting I do, I don't really do any field target stuff. A lot of the shooting I do is all pest control and just plinking and stuff like that. So going from plinking in the back garden to pest control on rats, squirrels, rabbits, ferals, whatever, it's absolutely spot on for that. And I use the ATN scope on that if you've seen the videos, but it really works out well. Cracking bit of kit.
Ever since we've been in lockdown, he's usually been on target, but now he's shooting in the garden for practice.
Yeah, just trying to keep on top of that. But it's nice to be getting out more. So I was at the farm. So I get up the farm as well and set the backstop board up and take some shots on there. When I used to shoot 12 bore, I don't know why I never used their rifle. It looks much more. It is a lot of fun, to be honest. It is a lot of fun. I think when you're shooting with such a small projectile and there's so many external factors that can affect that, you need to understand a little bit about ballistics. I don't understand that much about it, to be honest, but you understand about ballistics and what can affect it, your coefficients and all the rest of it, and it can get really, really technical really, really quickly. Got a friend, Graham, who is a gold medal winner in pistol shooting, and he knows his stuff on there. He's doing some really cool stuff, actually. So I'm trying to slowly drag him in to shooting again and get him out with me. But yeah, he's pretty clued up on that sort of stuff. But yeah, it can get really technical, or it can be quite simple. Depends on what you wanna do. Is that the Artemis P15? I think someone was saying that would be suitable for my son. Is it? It's not a big gun, is it? Am I getting mixed up with another P? I think it's a P15. But I've heard a few people saying that they're really good quality guns as well. Part 800 LRF or Wraith. I don't know much about the Wraith. I've seen the parts. The parts seem pretty good, actually. But I think the only issue I've got with the parts is when the batteries run low on them. I think when the batteries get to about a quarter, they start to make there's an interference or a clicking sound on them, and you can hear it on people's videos. And it does get a little bit annoying when you're watching the video, but not to the point that it puts you off watching. But other than that, I think everyone who's had the parts absolutely rave about them, especially the LRF ones. What I do like with the LRF one has a fixed point, and it's and you can pretty much pull the crosshair down, ping your target, and get a range. With the ATNs, if you're shooting it during the day, you get an additional overlay of crosshairs. But if you're not on your 0 point, your actual ping location, your ping point, if you like, of the laser is further down. But you can't see that on daytime shooting. You can only see it on the nighttime shooting when you've got the infrared. So you need to. It's a bit harder to use during the day. But if I'm shooting during the day on the ATN, I generally have a second range LRF, so I just ping with a handheld one as well. Thanks, Tim's. Appreciate that. I've got a few more coming, so hopefully you'll stick around and make sure you subscribe and keep commenting on those. I like getting the comments, like I said. It's nice to get the feedback from viewers. Make sure what I'm doing is what people want to see. The videos, I do the videos on the back of the shooting. The shooting's the main thing for me. I enjoy doing that. The videos are just me putting the geek side to it, so I enjoy both of them, actually. Yeah, keep getting out there, Natalie, and get some fresh air. It does make a difference. Clears your head, and you've just got your own thoughts, sort of thing. I like just going for a wander, to be honest, or a shot pop. I just jump in, just go out and buy a Mars bar or two because they're on special at the minute. What have I got? 2 for £1, and then a can of Coke. Yeah, not so healthy. So healthy. Cheaper than apples, though. Buying them outside the country, Henry, I'm not sure. I think there's been cases where people have got them okay, but I think you're supposed to declare that you're importing it, and then there's an import tax. I'm not entirely sure on that. You might get stung. You might get it cheaper. The only thing is, my only issue is if I'm spending a lot of money on something, I prefer to go direct to either to a store or go to someone in the UK where I'm based, because then if something goes wrong, you can go back and get it sorted quite quickly. If you're buying them from abroad, it's a bit harder. But if you're going to save some money, then win. Homeschooling is a nightmare. I have 3. Wife going mad. I'm madder. It's awful. I've got a young daughter. She doesn't have any schoolwork yet, and my son does, but he's just refusing to do it. He's just being an absolute nightmare. He's capable. He just doesn't want to do it. So I've threatened him that I want to get the teachers to call him up and get that done. He's getting there slowly, but just being a pain in the backside, to be honest. It really is. Where's there you go. Nice one, Robert. 70 quid, nice one. Oh, that's nice. Someone's been able to get that sorted for you. I'll help you out. Jan, which one are you leaning towards anyway? Sorry, are you leaning towards the Pard or the Wraith more? I think on the Night Vision channel, on the Night Vision show, I think it is. They were doing a test on that, weren't they? I think Mark Ripley was doing a test with the Wraith because he's got that. He's had it on test for a while, I think, and I understand he's quite happy with it. I've not used it myself. I mean, I had a Night Sight, so I used the Night Sight Viper. I got the Dark Ops originally, which was the 940nm, and that was awful, absolutely awful bit of kit. I got really hacked off with it, and I contacted Night Sight and I said, look, this doesn't work as good as you're claiming it does, because the claiming is like the perfect, stealth thing. You've got the LED, so the IR illuminator is much duller. But what it is, when you use a 940nm, the wavelength is not, you don't get as clear, what's the word I'm looking for? The video quality is not as good. And what happens is, because the frequency, it's a bit more grainy on the 940nm. If you have two IR illuminators on the Night Sight unit, if you switch from 940nm to the standard 850, which comes with like the parts and comes with the ATNs and what have you, you'll see a huge difference. The image is sharper, you get greater distance. So anyway, I went back to Night Sight and said I wasn't happy with it. They should make this clear on the market material, and they were really good. To be fair, they swapped it. Swapped the illuminator out for an 850nm. I did quite a few videos with that, and then I swapped across to the ATN, and absolutely love that bit of kit. Few problems with it in that it freezes and knocks up occasionally, but pretty good, pretty impressive. It'd be interesting to know which one you eventually go for. So the Night Sight Viper you've got at the moment, is that presuming that's the standard one, is it, with the 850nm? You didn't get the Dark Ops one. I loved the Night Sight Viper. What I liked about it was how it plugged on the back of the scope. So in some of the videos I had in the past, you could have the rifle. If it's a bit of an awkward shot, you could turn the rifle like this and look. Once the crosshairs was on the target, you could pull the trigger because there was no parallax effect, because the camera's looking straight down the scope, and you could be looking at the screen at a different angle, but as long as you've got the rifle lined up, you can take the shot and get it. With the ATN or any scope where you're looking straight down, you've got the parallax to consider. But I did like the Night Sight units. They were really good. And I liked how it went onto a day and night scope. Yeah, not the Dark Ops, yeah. I wasn't impressed with Dark Ops. It's nothing against Night Sight and their equipment. It was purely down to the frequency of the infrared. When I got that, I started Googling it and having a look around. And there's a couple of videos on YouTube where they do a comparison between 940 and 850. And there's one guy does it in a room, and you can see the difference. The 940 is a lot grainier, even at short distance, than the 850. So I would never use a 940 IR. I think they're designed more for wider areas and higher quality cameras, like proper CCTV systems. My chat's frozen there. Where do you shoot, Jan? Do you go out? Is it Jan or Jan? So I'm saying Jan. It might be Jan, is it? Looking at the surname.
I keep getting copyright and they haven't got anything in the background. Dad, where's my code?
I don't know. Can you leave me on here? Sorry, I've got the two kids coming in now.
I keep getting copyright and I haven't got anything in the background.
I think I'm going to wrap it up now anyway. Go down and do some work. Housework. I mean, I need to go to the farm and pick up some bits of wood that I left behind the other day. Emptied the car and I realised I left a couple of bits of wood there. I was like, oh God, don't like doing that. The farmer probably won't even notice, but it's just the fact I've left it up there. Don't like leaving any rubbish or anything lying behind. Been given the permission, so I need to make sure that I leave it how I find it. So wife's just come back after seeing her mum. Lockdown chat, a lockdown coffee in the park, 2 metres apart, shouting at each other while I have a coffee. So I'm going to going to wrap it up. I'm going to head off, and I will say thanks very, very much for joining the first live chat I've done. But it was nice to speak to some of you who I see commenting on the videos. I'll make sure I comment back. I always try and comment back on the videos that I do. So please do keep them comments coming, and please make sure you stay subscribed and watch. Thanks. Speak to you soon.